Hello, Team Horner. This is Adrienne Falcone-Godsell. I am a food whisperer. I'm based in Tampa, Florida. I refer to myself as a holistic personal chef. And big shout out to everybody. Hello, AquaCal. Hello, Color Me Healthy. Hello, everybody. We decided to play around with some fun flavors. I thought with summer around the corner, well, of course, here it's always summer, right? Although the weather has been kind of crazy, hasn't it? It's like the AC has been put on outside. Anyway, I thought I would present you with mango lotta flavor today. It is available in my book, The Real Language of Food, Constructive Recipes for Healthier You. This dish is something that you can make either as a salad. You can eat it by itself, maybe even have it for breakfast if you're not a typical breakfast kind of person. Put it over some baby spinach and arugula. You could make it smaller dice and then put it as a salsa for your fish or chicken or shrimp or pork. You could probably even blend it together and make a salsa out of it as it is. So we're going to do this today. Few quick ingredients. I love simple recipes. I hate cleaning up afterwards. So when I commit to something, as far as printing out a recipe to share with you guys, it's to make your lives easy. Also, you are more than welcome to be adding questions in our chat for me to be answering once we're done putting this all together. Maybe even doing it as we are going along, seeing how well I can multitask at things, okay? So here we go, mango lotta flavor, really original name here. We're gonna have some mango, and actually, I have two different kinds here just to show you. You're gonna be like, well, Adrienne, I went to the grocery store and there were 3 different kinds of mangoes. Which kind of mango should I be using? Depends on your flavor. My youngest son loves the red mango, but this one's kind of overripe today. It's super soft and squishy, which is why I actually bought it, was just to show you the difference between that, and then they call this a yellow mango. You'll also see them under champagne mango. Completely different textures, completely different flavors going on. So unless you're familiar with mangoes, really, try out one of each when they're on sale and see what's happening with them. I wanted to pick out a recipe that would be available to wherever you are located, because I know groceries, produce, everything right now just kind of matters. And they vary, but it seems like the common thread is mango, so that's why I have the mango. And then we're gonna have some red bell pepper, and we're gonna put a little bit of jalapeno in there for some spice and flavor. And I have some cilantro and some lime and some pumpkin seeds. So these recipes I created when I was playing around with no added fats, just to see what I could do. So for example, the pumpkin seeds do have some fat in them naturally, but we're not going to be adding any. So what am I doing when I'm cutting up this mango? I'm cutting down both sides, because a mango has a flat pit in it. So I cut down both sides of this mango. I'm using a utility knife. You can also use a paring knife. See the difference here? Paring knife is great for small things, small items to be cutting and just be doing small tasks. The utility knife, you can use a little bit more. Let's see, if we used a chef knife just to cut this mango, it's huge, it's ginormous. So a utility knife can come in quite handy. And yeah, it is different. This knife is a ceramic knife, my utility, whereas this is, of course, stainless steel. But yeah, so we slice down both sides of the mango, and yes, there is more at the tip, but we're time sensitive, so I would rather get this demonstrated, and we can play around with questions. And what I'm going to do from there is I'm taking my paring knife, and I'm going to cut into this mango through to the skin, and I'm going to make a dice out of it, because then you get your pretty little design going on. So when you go to buffets and you see all these pretty little designs going on, that's how you do it. The nice part is that we're going to be able to cut this right off and put this mango directly into our bowl. Yay. Now, mango is, I don't know, a highly allergenic food for some people. Maybe sometimes it's just the skin, but they can eat the mango itself. The skin is actually poisonous, so you don't want to eat the mango. A friend of mine, actually, if mango touches her lips, they get all puffy. She said, oh, if I ever want to look like, if I ever need a lip injection, I just touch of mango to my lips, but it's really not a fun feeling, of course. So, but yeah, it's difficult when it comes to different foods because different people have different allergies. But again, so what I did was I diced it, and now I'm taking this paring knife and I'm just cutting along the edges of the skin. Ta-da, ta-da. And it's all, well, I did just throw a piece out. But yeah, so we're just putting that right into the bowl here, okay? And then we have our red bell pepper. Now this is a very large pepper, so it depends on how much you'd like to put in it. But what I like to do is square off a pepper. That's always our favorite thing to do. So I cut the bottom off, and then from the top, from the sides, you're gonna get nice square edges for cutting your pepper with, okay? So we're going to take just 2 sides of this bell pepper today, and I'm doing a medium small dice on this. And the reason why I'm doing that is because we want something that's going to be bite-sized in our mouth. It gets very, very annoying if whatever you are eating is too large, especially whether you're at a barbecue, which are going to be coming back really soon, I do believe. So happy about that, at least in the state of Florida. Or whether you're at the dining room table, if you have this huge chunk of something, it's very difficult to put in your mouth, and you don't want to do that. We have our jalapeno. I sliced it in half lengthwise, and now to get these seeds out, I'm going to be taking my paring knife, and I'm just going to follow the pith, the white part, around. So it's kind of like a V, and because of that, I'm able to take the seeds directly out, which is a super nice thing. That's where a super spicy is. Now, when it comes to jalapenos, you never really know how hot they're going to be until you taste them. So you got to have someone that's going to take the hit on that. And I did a very thin slice on that to do a fine dice. And I'm only going to put probably a teaspoon of these jalapenos in here. And then we have our cilantro. And cilantro really varies by size. So I'm just going to take, I don't know, a dime-sized amount of it, and I'm going to chop that up. Chop, chop, chop. And did you know that cilantro actually helps rid your body of heavy metals? So just a little health tip on that going on. So we're going to toss that in there, and then we're going to put fresh lime juice. You probably know that you can roll your limes, your lemons when it comes to getting the juice out of there. Another really fun way, especially when it comes to limes, because they're kind of difficult to get juice out of. I love taking my rolling pin and hammering them with that. Great stress reliever as well, right? Why not do 2 things at once? So if you have a citrus juicer, you can use a citrus juicer, automatic one. I'm actually going to use my lemon juicer right now to squeeze that juice in and get all of that luscious flavor out of it. Can you use jarred lime juice? Of course you can. Can you use lemon if you don't like lime? Of course you can. Do you want to use orange? You can use orange as well. There aren't any limits with my recipes. I really like you to make them your own. So here goes the rest of the lime juice. And then I have some pumpkin seeds, because this way you're getting a little bit of natural protein. You're getting those good omegas as well. We're going to toss those in. We're going to stir this around. And you have Mangalada flavor to add to your life. I hope you enjoy it. So let's see, do we have any questions today? Hi, Victoria. Good to see you. Any questions on anything today? You can find me on Instagram under I Am the Food Whisperer. You can also find me on Facebook under the Food Whisperer. I'm on LinkedIn under Adrienne Falcone-Godsell. And my website is holisticcheftampa.com. So you can see all the wonderful things that I love to do for people. You can have in-home cooking lessons. Also, everybody that's watching today is going to get put in the drawing to get a copy of my recipe book, The Real Language of Food, Constructive Recipes for a Healthier You. So, hey, let's see. Benjamin has asked, are there any low sugar suggestions? So instead of mango, then what about papaya? Because it is a lower glycemic index than mango is. The other thing that I would say, Benjamin, is What if we're putting some dark leafy green vegetables with it? And that way that's going to cut back and kind of counteract that sugar thing going on. So those are the suggestions that I would put for this. Or maybe you could add some cucumber, and that way you're not using as much fruit, or just use a smaller amount of the mango. I said papaya, so it would only be about a cup of papaya, okay? Let's see, is there anything we can use besides cilantro, Diane has asked. And I would say, what about mint or basil? I think those would be two that would really perk things up if you don't like cilantro or if you're allergic to it. And Victoria has asked, how long is fresh salsa good for? So here's a really interesting fact. Your salsa will last probably 3 to 5 days, definitely. One thing I have learned in working with various dietitians and nutritionists is that you can ferment your salsa. And once it's fermented, then you're getting those good probiotics, that good bacteria into your system. So if it does start to get bubbly on you and it's been in the refrigerator, it's not going to hurt you. It's actually going to put good bacteria in your system, because I do make a fermented tomato salsa as well. So in my opinion, I think it's okay. I think it's safe. If you want to follow up with me, I will ask one of my fermentation specialists, but I believe it would be okay. Any other questions? Okay, so we have the drawing that we're going to be doing. 2 of you fabulous people are going to be getting a copy of this of my book for your drawing. The low sugar options, Benjamin, I hope that answered your question. If there's anything else that you need me following up with it, please let me know. Let's see, have the fresh salsa, we answered that question. And Marlene has asked, can you give it to children 4 years old? I don't see why not, unless they're super allergic to different foods. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a licensed dietitian to be giving you that answer set. I'm not a medical practitioner, but as a chef, I gave my children everything. There are children that are food sensitive these days. So if your child is sensitive to different foods, then I would maybe just give a little tiny piece, but I would say talk with your medical practitioner first. That would be my first step. If your child has immune issues, if they're compromised, if they're allergy compromised, then that's what I would say. And Benjamin asked, do we use cilantro stems? And I do. I don't use a lot, but I do use them. It does have a lot of flavor in it. And which part of the mango is poisonous? Aaron asked, and the answer is the skin is what's poisonous on there. So with your mango, your skin is poisonous. You do not want to ingest it. Some people are completely allergic to mango, whether it is the skin or the meat itself. Other people are allergic just to the skin. So you just kind of pay attention to that, okay? How close are we able to cut to the skin? I cut all the way to the skin. So you kind of see it. I can't really explain it to you unless I was completely in person, but you'll see where it gives, and then you'll know where the skin starts and where the flesh ends. So, looks like we're running out of time here. It has been great seeing you guys, Team Horner. Thank you so much for all the work that you're doing, and congratulations on sticking to finding healthier ways to enhance your life and flavors in your life. Adrienne Falcone-Godsell, Food Whisperer, Tampa, Florida. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much, Kim. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Mitch. Hope to see you again sometime. Have a great day.